Bish Media. I'm Brittany,
Lacey.
and we have Cail Hampton with us tonight. How are you doing this evening?
Yo, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Oh, we're good. We're good. It's cold. Trying to stay warm. Okay.
Kel, I want your hat.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you a little bit. Y'all are cutting out a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start off with the first question. Uh, when did you
All right.
when did you start your music career?
That's kind of fun because I grew up in a musical house. My dad was a country music singer back in the 90s, and his name's Mickey Huggins, and he had a band called the Country Spurs. And me and my sister grew up in the house with his band playing all the time. And he used to do like competitions, like singing competitions at this bar called Whiskey River here in Macon. And that was when Jason Aldean was young and just starting out. And my dad would do competitions with Jason Aldean, and one week Jason would win, the next week my dad would win, and they would bring home trophies and money and shit. And I just seen that and was like, man, I want to be a part of that shit.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty badass.
So I was like probably 10 years old when I first started trying to hone it in. And I started playing guitar at 15. Then I started rapping because like I fell in love with the old rap group, like Two Live Crew, the Gucci Crew.
Uh-huh.
I fell in love with stuff like that growing up. And then I got more into like the metal stuff because I was listening, like Guns N' Roses and shit like that. And it really, the 80s rock, really motivated me to want to sing like a little bit harder, music.
Right.
And, but yeah, I'm a mixture of all of those things.
Okay,
And that's pretty much how I got started with it.
what's your inspiration behind your music?
Really just the life that I live, man, the people that I meet. And, like I take a lot of inspiration from the way of life that my granddaddy lived, growing up on 95 acres of land. That's kind of the thing. Everybody wants to end up being the man that holds the whole family together, being the glue, the rock, if you will.
Right.
So that's my big motivation, inspiration, my muse. It's just my family, the way of life, trying to keep everything, man, the way it should be, the old school way.
Right. Right. That's the way it needs to be.
Oh yeah, man.
Is there anything you do special before you perform or step into a studio?
Abso-freaking-lutely, man. I do a lot of crazy things. Back in the day, all right, I used to get my mom to braid my hair, all right, because I had a 3 foot tall mohawk,
Holy
and
cow.
yeah, I had to braid it in 22 separate braids, 11 on one side, 11 in another row, and then we would take we'd take two braids, and then braid those two braids together into one fat braid. And so then I would do that with all 22 braids. So I'd have 11 big spikes from the front of my head all the way to the back, And I would paint them different colors, like, pink, blue, green, purple. Like I was doing all that shit before it was cool,
Right.
So I let my mom, she used to do my hair and stuff. And I used to play drums in a death metal band called Sever. And they're still doing their thing right now. My cousin's still in it. And, so I used to get my mom to braid my hair before every show, and the next thing I would end up doing nowadays, because I don't wear my fucking hair in a mohawk no more.
Right.
Once you grow up and hit adult stage, you got to cut the mohawk down, boy.
Right.
So, so now I just rock a hat, maybe a hood, whatever. But I always make sure I have a new hat before every show. And I always clean my guitar like hella good before every show, and just kind of like pray to God that my guitar holds together.
Oh.
What singles do you have coming out?
I got this song right now. Like, the single's been out for a while. It's called "Fuck Your Damn Feelings," and it's out on every platform. You can digital download it in a digital form everywhere. It's on all the streaming sites, all that good stuff. I just dropped a video for that though, so be on the lookout for that. It's on YouTube right now.
Okay.
And I also have another song called "Homeboy" that I released a couple months back, but I never pushed it. I just released it. I just dropped it to drop it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are liking it. I'm getting some good feedback on it, and I'm currently working on a new album now. I'm about 2 songs deep into it, but I don't have anything really to share with anyone at this moment. So,
has COVID affected your music in any way? I mean, has it? Have you had?
oh yeah, absolutely. It's affected it in a way of like, I'm gonna try to be a little politically correct, but not all the way. But it's affected my music because there's things that I want to say, but I know if I say those things, that it'll reflect in my music and make my music kind of seem like a political message. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't want to be too political on my music because, I mean, fuck, don't we see enough of that already?
Yeah.
You know, it's everywhere. You know, and as aggravating as all that shit is to deal with on a daily basis, the last thing I want to do is get my drink on, get a little buzz, whatever, and fucking hear about some bullshit that old Brandon's doing. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I just want to fucking make people smile, and I can't make people smile talking that bullshit.
Right. Right.
But that's how COVID's kind of affected it. That's kind of made it where, you know, there's a lot of issues that I could talk about and that I want to talk about, but there ain't nothing that could be said that you don't already know, I feel like.
Right.
Well, if you had 3 artists to work with, who would they be?
Oh man, most definitely. Right now, I would actually have 2 underground artists that I'd like to do some stuff with, and then I have another, like, an artist that I feel like is just killing it on another level, you know. But in my opinion, I would absolutely love to work with Danny Boone and Demon Jones, just because, you know, they live around my area. I was born in Warner Robins, you know, and so those guys have always been 2 huge inspirations for me locally, you know. So I would love to do a song with Demon Jones and Danny Boone. Try to get the whole band back together for just like one freaking song, you know.
Right.
And the artist that I feel like is on a different level than everybody is just Jelly Roll. You know, I mean, that man can't do any wrong right now.
Look, I was just I seen a flyer that he's going to be on a show, and it was with country artists, and I was like, oh my god! And we're talking like Jody Messina, Jason Aldean. There was, and I was like, wait, Jelly Roll with? I mean, it's just like, it's hard to imagine him being like CMT.
Well, I can kind of see it, you know. I mean, it's all in the marketability and branding right now, you know, of a different artist in the industry, and the way that the industry is built right now. I just graduated from college. I got my bachelor's degree in audio, you know, so I kind of had to study all this stuff. And in his branding, you know, he's working with Struggle Jennings, and Struggle Jennings is grandson of Waylon, which you guys probably know.
Right.
And so they've been friends for years and years and years, and you don't become friends with somebody without bonding over some old country music over a little liquor bottle or something.
Right.
You know, so I'm sure he's got it in him somewhere.
I
You know what I
I
mean?
tell
So
you what, I'm proud of
I'm
him.
proud to see him shine.
I'm proud of him. I mean, that
Yeah.
it's amazing to see him with in the Grand Ole Opry. Okay. We are on another live interview with